Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Monday Morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the uptrend.com. Well, yesterday we heard about China US trade talks happening, and things have accelerated. We've got stock index futures up sharply this morning. We've got the Dow up over 1,000, the NASDAQ up over 800 points. So the uptrend is continuing on Monday morning. Now, this week, we've got a lot of economic numbers coming out on Tuesday and Thursday, so those days could certainly be pivotal for the market. Let's start off with the VIX, and the VIX for the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and the Russell are coming into Monday still on sell signals. That's supportive for higher stock prices. Looking at the major index ETFs, we've got the iShares for the TSX 60 starting to trade above the March highs and looking to head towards the highs from back in January. That's also true for the Vanguard Canada ETF. Now, we do have energy stocks moving up, and you can see a nice open gap there from back in early April. That gap has hurt and held back a lot of Canadian stocks over the past couple of weeks. We do have crude oil up nicely in the pre-market this morning, so that should help the energy sector. Now, on the other hand, we've got gold down $120 at the moment, and that may not help the gold sector on Monday. So watch out for sell signals in the gold sector from Monday's trading action. Now, the financial ETF made a new high for this move on Friday. We still have tech stocks on a buy signal here. They should be moving up on Monday. And then looking at the Dow Industrials, they had a small pullback on Friday, but we're going to have a nice big push higher on Monday. Inside day for the S&P 500 on Friday. Right now, the SPY is trading up at the 581 area, which is above the 578.13 price target. So if you had an order in at 578.13 or around there, that should get filled at the open. So congratulations. Looking at the NASDAQ 100, we had an inside day on Friday. Again, we are trading above our next price target in the pre-market. That doesn't mean it's going to be that way when the market opens, but that's what we're doing right now in the pre-market. And so if you have an order in at around 500, it will get filled at the open up at the higher level. Then looking at the Russell 2000 inside day on Friday. Again, we're trading higher this morning. In the case of the Russell 2000, we're not trading up to the 212.50 level just yet, but we are trading up slightly above the March high at the moment. Looking at the U.S. most actives, it's a pretty healthy list at the moment. It looks like everything should be on a buy signal right now. We do have NVIDIA having a very quiet day on Friday. It's trading nicely higher. Banco generated a sell signal on Wednesday. You came in on Thursday and saw that it was going to gap higher. You could have sold and you would have got your sell done at the open on Thursday, but you could still be long if you ignored that sell signal, and it continued to move higher on Friday. Then looking at Palantir, we had an inside day on Friday. Looking at Ford, Ford did not make a new high on Friday, but it looks like it's going to do that on Monday. There's Tesla still on a buy signal. It's going to have a nice gap higher at the open on Monday. Then we've got Lucid back on a buy signal. Lucid's been treading water for months here. I would personally ignore the buy signal unless we start breaking out above the recent highs. But yeah, it's been just trading in a channel and churning for months now. Rigetti on a buy signal coming into Monday's trading action. We've got Intel on a buy signal. We've got Warner Brothers on a buy signal. Then looking at NU, inside day on Friday, we've got the top of the open gap coming up here, and maybe that will be the target for Monday. Then American Airlines on a buy signal, having a very quiet day on Friday. It is trading higher in the pre-market last time I checked. Moving on to the Canadian market, different mix of companies here, mostly commodity related, and we'll start off with a big energy company. We've got Suncor on a sell signal right now. We need a close on Monday above $49.14, and that is likely to happen. Suncor is having a hard time with the open gap. The bottom of the open gap is still acting as resistance. Then we've got Enbridge. Enbridge traded down to the lower channel line for a couple of days last week, and it's going to trade higher at the open this morning. So hopefully we'll get out of the channel. Then we've got Canadian Natural Resources. It's filled that open gap and continuing to move higher. It should move higher on Monday. We've got Manulife, which has filled the gap and moved up from it. It traded down to the lower channel line on Thursday, closed in the channel on Friday, so hopefully we can get out of the channel on Monday. There's Synovus. It's dealt with the first gap, going after the second gap. There we've got BCE, which popped on Thursday after announcing that it was going to cut the dividend and continue to move higher on Friday. There we've got Baytech back on a buy signal as of Friday's close. We've got Whitecap back on a buy signal as of Friday's close. We've got Barrick. Now, Barrick is on a buy signal right now, but with the price of gold in the pre-market, it should be trading lower on Monday. We'll just have to wait and see. TC Energy generated a sell signal on Thursday, moved up slightly on Friday, having an inside day. And there we've got Air Canada popping on Friday, already on a buy signal. If you had an order in at 1563, it got filled at the open on Friday. And then if you had an order in at 1719, it also got filled on Friday. So congratulations to anyone long Air Canada at the moment. Okay, folks, that is all for this morning's presentation. Today is a full moon. Maybe that's why the two parties are talking. Of course, the news regarding China and the U.S. Could evaporate very quickly and things could reverse at a moment's notice. We'll just have to wait to see if there's any momentum to actually solving this current dispute. Have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Tuesday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theuptrend.com.